Hey, it's Dr. Lenny Roberts again from Summit Spine and Wellness, and I know Dr. Brandy talked about this, but so many folks are spending time at their kitchen tables, their dining room, and they're hunched over the computers. And if you just take your hand and put it on your low back, and then bend forward like you're sitting in front of a computer with a crappy posture, and you're leaning forward, you'll feel how much stress and tension builds up on your low back. So the first thing to consider with your low back is how's the rest of your body. You want to try and keep your ear over your shoulders, over your hips, and try and keep these at 90 degrees. If you don't, and you're pulling your heels behind your knees, you're going to stress your hip flexors and shorten your hip flexors. That muscle attaches from the front of your thigh bone into the front of the bones in the lower back. So I'm going to give you a couple quick, simple stretches that you can do. First one for the hip flexors is if I want to stretch my left hip flexor, I'm going to bend my right knee and I'm going to thrust my pelvis forward, keeping my back heel on the ground, thrusting my pelvis forward. And then if you feel really bold and this doesn't bother you, you can lift your arms straight up in the air and open that up, and that'll get right in here real nice, and that muscle attaches again into the front of the bones in your lower back. Another one I'm going to go on the floor for, a lot of times people are spending hours and hours a day and they're getting what's called dead butt syndrome, where their butt actually feels dead and numb. So that could be from your glute medius muscle, your keister. So if you have your knees and ankles even, you can slowly work on bringing that up. And just, it's not how fast you do it, but you want to you'll feel that right in the back of that buttocks. You want to try and engage that glute medius muscle and stretch it out. If that's not a problem for you, you may want to look at getting a resistance band and then work on opening that muscle up, contracting that muscle and engaging that muscle with a resistance band. I wouldn't try anything heavy, but if you do about 2 or 3 sets of 10, that can help engage that. Final one is the hamstring. So work the hip flexor, the glute, and the hamstring. Hamstring you can do seated, legs straight, and you can just lean down, grab your toe, and if you're feeling fine with that, you can pull your toe forward, and it'll help engage the back of that leg muscle here. So you want to keep that knee straight. You can also do that 2 legs, bend over, and slowly touch your toes, but that may irritate your low back. So this is a safer first step for someone to start with, is to do that seated, extend the leg, lean over, and you'll feel that in the back end of the leg there. Actually, I'm going to throw one more bonus one in. So we had 3. We're going to do one called the piriformis. Our sciatic nerve runs through the back of this muscle called the piriformis, which does this to your leg. It's an external rotator. So you can isolate that. You can cross your leg. So if I want to stretch my left piriformis, cross my left leg over my right knee. And if that doesn't bother you just crossing it, you can lift your right knee up and get into the back of that. You'll feel it in that buttocks. It's the piriformis muscle. Sciatic nerve runs right down the back of that leg into the toes and feet. That'll help keep that low back and the surrounding musculature mobile. Try and do any of those 2 or 3 sets, about 10 seconds each, 10 times each, and hopefully that'll help keep your low back mobile and healthy. I'm Dr. Lenny Roberts from Summit Spine and Wellness. Make it a great day.